Yeah, I love this stuff. I've been watching some other Smash tournaments recently, and it's become the new rage. People love being able to interact and like show their opinion without having to, or being able to show it on stream without having like the streamer to read through chat.
Yeah.
And it becomes a very fun thing as well, just trying to like either guess like without any information or trying to actually use your own player knowledge if it's like a high or later end match, like a grand finals or something like that.
Yeah.
I love doing it myself. It's very fun.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad you knew how to do it. Because I was using Streamlabs on their polls for a while. And they're
Yeah.
okay. They're not bad. But I feel like people want to use what's like right there in front of them on Twitch. So I'll let that
Yeah.
happen. And we can hop into full game.
Interesting picks. So Yoshi, I mentioned it earlier. Me Brawler was not expecting, but I just slipped my mind that Phil played him. We're gonna see some interesting stuff from both of these players. So both of these characters, Yoshi, is very reliant on up smash as a kill option, but that doesn't mean he can't kill in other ways. Like, for instance, he can be real aggressive off stage. He has one of the best air movements in the entire game. I think it's second best. His nair, his neutral aerial is just so good. That kick, it's just so good. It's almost toxic. Both these characters, it seems, have a down B where essentially it'll spike you like that, like Phil just showed. And that can be really damaging because when you're on the ground and use that, you'll actually jump above the person and quickly land on top of them. And what that can do is sometimes that can break your shield, or it's just so hard to react to, just even offline, to where it's just like a mix-up option almost.
Right.
We're also seeing both characters. They have like some sort of projectile. Yoshi has his up B, his egg throw. Really great move. You wouldn't think it would be that like hard to deal with, but because of how many angles Yoshi can do, it's very hard to predict. However, we're seeing first stock taken. Up air, another great kill option. We're seeing these juggles come out from Solidus. And there it is. That's that mix-up I was talking about with the down B earlier. So I'd say it's pretty neck and neck. Phil's looking pretty hot today, I will say. It's been pretty cool to just kind of see his evolution.
Yeah, how much he's grown. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, some more up air juggles. Let's see. Will he continue it? He goes for the up smash. One thing about me Brawler that's very kind of nerve-wracking for me personally when I fight them is that me Brawler can have there's in there. He can have different move sets based on who creates it, or even if you make it, and you can have like a different neutral special, a different side special, different down special, as well as just like some visual differences in terms of skins and stuff, and so that can kind of like throw people off. And it's very interesting because some of the combinations are so deadly, and other combinations like make no sense. Like it's really fun to kind of like tinker and trying to figure out what's the most optimal, especially on like a matchup basis.
Yeah.
Because you'll see like one special move may be really good against like Mario, but might just do terrible against like Marth. So you might have to like throw it out or something and like completely switch it up. However, it looks like now, about halfway through this game, it looks like Solidus kind of has an idea of what he needs to do in this matchup, and I think for him that's edge guarding and juggling. But Phil, finally taking that second stock, has a lot of work to do, but honestly has not been shown. Oh, there's the up smash. Yeah, I was just gonna say that it looked like Phil, if he was able to keep himself on the ground, he might have been able to make a comeback. But at the same time, I think Solidus was just ready for it.
And with that, Solidus goes up 1-0 in this best 2 out of 3 set.
Yeah, like right here, he just kept the pressure on the entire time. And right as soon as he came off that angel platform, he just got straight to the ground, threw him in the air, saw the air dodge, and up smashed. Like, that's textbook stuff. You got to read it. And it's honestly, it's a habit that a lot of players, myself included, have. Like when you're in a panic situation like that, you'll see lots of players, they'll try to air dodge in expecting you to go for that like greedy aerial or just like a up smash kind of earlier. And a lot of times it's smarter to just air dodge down if you're close enough to the ledge, or even just wait and do either a neutral air dodge or a jump if you have it, or like an up B or something just to like get out of that way in a different way.
Yeah. While we've got a hot second and the guys are getting ready to hop in, Just want to share some time for one of our favorite streaming partners, A Fro Among a Few, has a Friday night, actually, a Friday night Wi-Fi tournament that goes on right here on twitch.tv. If you guys get a chance, check out Fro Fridays with A Fro Among a Few right here on twitch.tv, guys.
He's a great partner. His tournaments are so hard now, it's insane.
Yeah,
He's got some really good competition.
The competition's pretty steep over there.
Yeah, me and Handy were talking about it, and we were like, the few times me and him made top 8s over there were some of the hardest games of our lives, and now we can barely even scratch like top 16 just because you get some pretty reputable names. It's actually insane. Pretty cool to see, though.
Nice. All right, looks like they are ready to go, and it looks like they're going to SV, actually, funny enough.
Oh, Smashville it is.
Yep.
I'm not necessarily confused, 'cause I think that this might work in Phil's favor, just because... Oh, he's switching to Isabel and Samus. So, there it is. I think this makes more sense to me now, just because with Smashville, I think Phil, regardless of who he plays against, whether Yoshi or Isabel, he's going to experience a lot of horizontal projectile annoyances, and you're gonna see Isabel and Yoshi both have so Isabel has her forward air and her fishing pole, and then Yoshi has that egg throw. And when you have that middle platform on the top, it makes a pretty decent neutral, but also in your favor wall, because Phil can either stand at the edge of the right or left stage and shoot charge shots and just do it in an unpredictable manner. And Solidus, sure, he can pocket one of those things, but regardless of if he pockets one of those things, Phil can just throw out the other.
Yeah.
And we have to see how Solidus kind of manages that, because if he starts to get too greedy with what he's pocketing, Samus on a stage like this can really keep the stock lead and end your stock relatively quickly.
Okay.
So we'll
Especially
see,
with
though.
the stage being kind of short the way it is.
Exactly. It's really hard to react to a charge shot. And there it is. That's first stock. Will he keep it, though? He's kind of at the end of it, so he's kind of on borrowed time, especially if he's able to get this edge guard. However, smart. Phil actually get-up attacked the Lloyd rocket that was in the ground. I don't know if you saw that. Solidus, he planted the Lloyd directly at the ledge, so if you got up in any other way, you would have died from it. And Phil actually recognized that, get-up attacked it, got up on the stage quickly enough, and then lost his stock later. But now he has so much extra percent from that charge shot just now that it almost looks like he's just been ahead pretty substantially this whole game. It's pretty impressive. I will say this is impressive to see, and it's a great counter pick from Phil, I think, so far. Getting another charge shot. Goes for the uppy. A little greedy, but he kind of has the percent to play with, but now it's a bit close to tied. I think that... Oh, nice backer. Oh. Oh, man. I didn't think that hit at first. That was insane. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, I think at the beginning before this set had even started, was that as soon as Solidus is able to kind of figure out a zoner's pattern, and with Isabel especially, since you can do those pockets, just because, like I mentioned earlier, Phil can kind of just shoot one projectile and then the other, it can be really hard to kind of get through Solidus's barrier once he figures out your pattern.
Gotcha.
And so we're gonna start seeing Phil. I think it's still pretty even, but we might see just a bit more adaptation from Solidus as the match progresses. Some good little strings coming together. Smart, very patient play by Phil right there on the ledge. Needed to stay on the ledge until that fishing pole came back up.
This is a pretty highly contested round right now. Phil down on percentage, but 1-1 apiece could be anybody's game.
Definitely. I think that Phil is slowly chipping his way back into it. We're seeing these short bursts of speed coming out from Solidus.
Oh, and there we go. We got a missed input right there.
Yeah, that's all right. I think that the one thing that Phil should take from this is that he did well both games. I think that the Samus pick was a really good idea for the second game, and even though Solidus also switched characters, I think that honestly that was a really good game for him. despite the loss. And I say that because the patient play as well as the smart plays that he did make, like hitting that Lloyd, I think that had he lived longer, was the sole factor. Like, had he been able to just squeeze a bit more percentage out of that that second stock he had, he played a really good game, and I think that that Samus switch recently, that was a good pick.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, let's take a look at the bracket now and get an update on where we are. So you guys just got done watching Solidus Hedgehog take on TitanKiller and come away with a pretty hard-fought victory in that second round, going up 2-0. He's going to be going into winners round number 3. Next up, guys, we're going to be watching Luxray NYC versus Swag Flu.